You ready, girl? Ooh. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. For those who are new here, hello and welcome. And for all of my returning subscribers, hey. So today we are going to be heading in my backyard and checking out to see what's going on in the garden. I'm gonna give you guys a general tour, and we have tons of things to harvest. So let's get into it. So I feel like it's been a while since I've showed you guys my little herb container garden. As you can see, it is busting. So these little containers here that I got from Dollar Tree, they're mostly filled with strawberries, and up top I have some parsley, but I haven't been able to harvest too many strawberries off of here because the squirrels help themselves before I'm ever to get a chance. So there's that. But the rest of everything else looks absolutely amazing. I have been harvesting a ton of herbs just for, you know, cooking purposes and everything like that. The basil is a little leggy just because I feel like it's gotten quite shaded just from this little rail up here. But all in all, everything looks fabulous. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a brief update of that. All right, so as I step down from my deck, I have this little patch here of more herbs and just like a few different type of flowers. You can see my echinacea is doing amazing. I started these from seed probably about 3 years ago, and they were in a container and just didn't do very well. So I decided to pull them out and stick them in the ground over here, and they are thriving. In addition to that, I have just some more herbs along the bottom here. So I have oregano, lemon balm. You see my chives over there. And I also have mint, and this is a rhubarb plant here. It's looking a little sad. I don't know what's going to happen there, but this week we got sunflowers. Now this one I'm interested to see. As you can see, it has a ton of different flower heads going all the way down the stalk. So we'll see what it ends up looking like. I have no idea what kind of flower this, or sunflower this is. Obviously it's a sunflower, but I don't know why this is the only one that decided to, you know, grow like that. We'll see what it looks like. So here in this first bed, you guys know this is where all of the tomatoes reside. Hey, little guy. This little guy completely fell over. I think I am going to pick this today because, yeah, I feel like if I don't pick this, then I may not have a tomato to harvest later because I feel like somebody's going to grab it. looky there. Finally getting some pinstriped eggplant here. This guy was like a late bloomer, but I'm appreciative of all the growth that we have going. So if you guys follow me over on Instagram, then you have already seen that I have been harvesting. Well, I won't say I've been harvesting, but I have harvested my first Romas as well. And you guys, had one of them yesterday. It was absolutely amazing. So this is my first year growing the Amish paste. And as you can see, this plant is not very tall, but it is loaded down with fruit. So I'm very hopeful to be harvesting more very, very soon. So you guys, when I planted these, I planted half the bed of the Blue Lake bush bean, and then the other half I did the burpee stringless green bean. And y'all, I will say these Blue Lake beans have been producing so much. All right, you guys, so do you remember my sickly Rutgers plant? This thing is still very sickly and only producing like itty bitty little fruits. So honestly, I'm gonna go on ahead and top this guy just so it can focus on ripening these few little tomatoes that's on here. And I'm ripping this sucker out as soon as it's done. Well, really, I can probably just ripen the tomatoes in the house, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But on brighter notes, this is now the third year that I've tried to grow the Creole tomato, and this is the first year that I have successfully done so. So I'm really happy to just have like a basic red slicer produce halfway, you know, decently. Only have a few fruits on here now, but I'm still pretty hopeful. It's that time. Cutting it. Boop. Get her out of here. Sweet snacks. Y'all, these zinnias. This is one seed. One plant. One. Do you hear me? One. Wow. Alright, let's check out the squash. Y'all, I'm kind of disappointed. So every garden myth is that the squash produce like crazy, and maybe it's a issue of pollination, but I have only gotten one squash off of this plant, and I feel like this guy is about to shrivel up. Well, it feels a little soft. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna let it go. But this guy, I've only gotten one. So this guy, I've only gotten one little patty pan growing from. I think I'm gonna go on ahead and harvest this baby. It's heavy. All right, moving on from my squash, we have my okra. So let's get low. My okra plants have not been producing just a whole lot. I have two different varieties here. The more green stem, this is the heavy hitter, and then I have the Texas Hill Country here. I haven't been able to pick any off of this yet, but what I learned from last year is that these produce much later in the season. It is the first week of August, so there is still hope, but I do feel like I could probably harvest this guy, so let's get it. And when you're only getting one okra at a time, I just eat the baby right there on the spot. All right, so my cucumber plant is still holding on pretty strong. It's typically about this time of year that this guy peters out, but as you can see, I have cucumbers still going strong. I have been loving this variety. That's weird. Y'all see that? He's tangled up. I should probably free my little homie. There we go. You're gonna be free. It's gonna be heavily misshapen. There you go. So he's gonna have like that little guy, but yeah. My cucumbers are still going on strong. All right, now to my early spring garden. You guys seen me put all of these things in for the most part. I did re-sow this area with carrots. I did a second round. Those ones should be popping up soon. And my turnips are starting to flourish. However, my rutabagas have some powdery mildew, but I do have just one successful rutabaga. I was really hoping for at least a couple at a time, but I mean, I have another root trying to come on, so that's exciting. But I'm hoping that maybe I can get rid of some of these like sickly leaves to allow some airflow. I believe just because this bed is mostly shaded throughout the day, it's probably not completely drying out. But look at the chard, you guys. Who would have known? I'm not even a huge fan of chard, but look at how strong these babies are still going on. Like, I am thoroughly impressed. I need to find more recipes for it though. So if you got a good recipe, holler at your girl. Kales are still growing tall and strong. Getting a little bug damage, but that's okay. At this point in the season, I'm kind of sick of kale, but I'm still holding on to these. Hopefully they last throughout the fall season. And I have my scarlet kale holding on strong still. And of course, look at my glorious, let me give you guys a better view. Just look at how big and beautiful these collards are. Like I said, just a little bug damage. It's not nearly as bad as I thought that it would be. I have been making sure that I spray BT on them periodically. Like, clearly, that one could have got a better spray. But all in all, I'm really, really impressed with the way my collards have been growing. This is like the first year that I've been able to grow them as successfully as I have. And I think the key is to always harvest. And the last and final thing, my cucamelons. Y'all, these guys are going to go crazy real soon. I'm just waiting for it. I have it on an obelisk here. I feel like eventually this whole thing will be like a wild web of cucamelons, and I'm so excited about it. I have little fruits forming. Got some flowers coming on here, so I anticipate the day that I'm out here and I'm picking like just handfuls and handfuls of this. These were directly sown. They do take a little bit of time to get started, but once they get there, girl, listen, it's on and popping. All right, you guys, we are all done here today. We got a nice little harvest basket of garden goodies. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. Listen. All right, you guys, so I am done here. I have gotten completely ate up by mosquitoes. So I'm gonna go on ahead and take my garden goodies in the house and just, you know, relish in all its goodness. So I thank you guys so much for stopping by today. If you enjoy the channel, make sure that you subscribe, hit this video with a thumbs up. And until the next time, I wish you all health, wealth, and prosperity. Peace out.